Hello, welcome everybody to another installment of The Ridiculous Ramblings of a Drunken Buddha. Juan here to navigate you down this rambling path once again. Grab a cocktail, strap in, see where this path leads us. So, some of you may be familiar with this reference, others may not. But I came across a video, actually, it was on social media of some sort, but it was the famous scene from Close Encounters of the Third Kind where Richard Dreyfuss is sculpting out of his massive plate of mashed potatoes the Devil's Ridge Mountain, or the Devil's Mountain, or whatever it is, and as he's sculpting it, and he's staring at it, and he has no idea what it means, but he was like, this means something. But does it? Does it really? I mean, probably, absolutely, maybe. Maybe it does. And I wanted to spend some time going down this path because those who know me personally know that I tend to see signs in everything, and it can drive you mad if you're spending too much time thinking like, what does this mean? What's the deeper meaning to this fly that just passed me? I mean, of course you have the old superstitions of if a black cat runs across your path, or if you walk underneath a ladder, you're gonna have bad luck, or you break a mirror, or whatever. And, I don't know, maybe the old superstitions, maybe they're true, maybe they're not, who knows. But yeah, I have spent an exorbitant amount of time believing that there are signs everywhere we look. And, diving a little bit into the woo here, I think that maybe there really is, whether or not there's some divine presence behind it that's putting it in your path, or perhaps it's one of those things that you stumble across because it reminds you to do something to further your ends towards a specific goal of whatever it is that you're looking for. But I 100% believe that there is some sort of cosmic communication that is all around us, and random things that we would perceive as just random or coincidental can pop up, and all of a sudden it will trigger thoughts and ambitions, goals, desires, wants, whatever, or it will rekindle things that we've sort of forgot about and put off to the side. Now, granted, I'm not advocating for analyzing every single thing that goes on in your life as there's some sort of meaning to it. I mean, obviously, some things are just, they are what they are. But it's the ones that happen where you just instinctively pause and you do a double take on it, or you shake your head and you're like, this feels something. It triggers something. My advice would be to pay a little extra attention to those. Now, what message is contained within all of that? Who knows? I shouldn't say who knows. It's really up for you to know. Perhaps some of these things are, they're messages that we're not ready to receive yet, and they don't really make sense. But fast forward a little bit down the road, and all of a sudden now it's like, oh my God, something similar happened, and I thought about this 6 months ago, and this is crazy, and yada yada. I've had these experiences throughout my whole life. And again, I don't want to necessarily put divine intervention on any of this, and maybe there's a rhyme or reason to it, or not. I don't know. But I do, regardless of whatever the origin of it is, to me, there have been many instances of situations that have arose where it either is a foreshadow or a foretelling of something, and it usually is good. It's usually a good thing. I mean, it's not so much like, a bad omen that, things happen or you see things, but it's we literally build devices to trigger our memories to remind us of certain things and events and either things we want to do, things we want to achieve. Sometimes they're just ceremonial type of things that happen throughout normal life. Maybe it's like a birthday or a holiday or something, and we're reminded of, oh yeah, this is coming up and I've got to do this. Maybe the universe is sort of doing the same thing with random signs that they put out in front of us. Perhaps it's just focusing our attention to the things that we want. Following the mantra of the law of attraction, it's one of those things where if you're in the market for a certain vehicle, have you ever noticed that every time, or even if you're not in the market for it, there's a certain car that you tend to like, or you want to buy or whatever. You tend to see them once they sort of become aware in your mind. You see them everywhere on the road. Now, before this, you never saw one as, unless it was something rare or, wow, that's cool. That's a super rare supercar, whatever it is. But if you're in the market for, a specific vehicle and all of a sudden you start seeing them over and over and over and everywhere you look, you see that car. Different colors, variations of it. Maybe it's a sign that you're on the right path. I guess, conversely would be if there's something that you're working towards or you want, or, again, going back to the car and you don't see them, maybe that's a universe saying that's not the purchase for you, that's not what you should be looking into. I don't know. But I do think there are signs that exist all around us, and giving heed to some of those, I think, will go a long way in your travels and ventures and every step of the way on this lovely journey that we're on. And maybe it's all just nothing and means nothing. Who knows? But, well, that's it. Thank you for rambling with me today. Go forth with kindness and cocktails. I'll see you again soon.